Welcome to the Dripping in Black podcast, where we celebrate Black excellence throughout the Black diaspora. Here's your host, David V. Lewis.
What's up, good people all across the world? This is the Dripping in Black podcast. I am your host, David V. Lewis. And per usual, we have another fantastic lineup. This is the Inkster High School Series. And we have a couple of great former Inkster students with us. So, Nar'Shae, Clora, say hello to the world.
Hello, everyone.
Mike Wynn, say hello to the world.
What's up, everybody? What's up?
All right, so we have Nar'Shae, Clora, and we have Mr. Mike Nguyen with us, and we're going to engage them in a bit of a discussion. If you've been following the podcast, you know we like to highlight Black excellence everywhere. But we start off by introducing our guest. So let's ask Nar'Shae, Clora, the first question. Nar'Shae, introduce yourself to the world. If I was to say, who is Nar'Shae, what would be your response?
Who I am is, it took some time to reinvent myself, but I am a mother, I am a writer, I am a retired Army vet, and I am currently a college student.
Okay. And Nar'Shae, did you grow up in Inkster, or did you come to Inkster?
I was born in Detroit, and my entire family, both father's side and mother's side, are from Inkster. I moved around in the military a lot with my parents, so I came back to Inkster for ninth grade and continued and finished my high school career there.
Okay. All right. If I was to say, who is Mike Nguyen, what would you say?
I was somebody that was I'm born and raised in the city of Detroit, from the west side. Grew up playing multiple sports, which was something that became a hobby for me. Kept me doing positive things. I was able to meet a lot of people, do a lot of traveling. Went to Inkster High School, where I played baseball and football, and was good enough to go play college football. So that allowed me to further my education, got a degree in sports management. Lived in Wisconsin for 4 years while I was in school. Was able to meet a lot of different people and develop myself. I'm somebody that's I'm fun, I'm chilled, I'm constantly growing. So as time goes on, I'm constantly developing myself, learning new things about life. And I'm just somebody that's real chilled and like to learn and experience new things.
Yeah. Cool. So Nar'Shae, what year did you graduate from Inkster?
I graduated in 2011.
Okay. Yeah, so a couple of years before they actually shut it down. What about you,
Yes.
Mike?
I'm class of 2012.
Okay. Oh yeah, both of y'all missed the madness, so good for you. All right, so let's get started. We'll have a little bit of fun here. All right, I'm going to start off with a couple of questions, and I'm going to phrase it this way. It's going to be when I say, you say. So I'll say something, and then you'll tell me what comes to mind. If just a word or two comes to mind, go ahead and explain what that word is. You know, give us details about why you came up with that particular word. All right. Who wants to be the brave soul to go first?
I will.
All right. Nar'Shae, when I say Inkster High, you say?
Viking.
All right. When I say Inkster High School, when you were there, what would you say?
Drama. A lot of drama, a lot of lessons, opportunities to make decisions, whether they were the right ones or not at the time. It was a huge learning experience for me.
Okay. Drama. All right, we may have to dig a little deeper for that one. Mike Nguyen, when I say Inkster High, you say?
Talent.
Talent. All right. Explain why you say that.
From my experience going to Inkster High School from 9th grade to where I graduated, I feel like there was a lot of talented people, whether it was the staff, the people that was coaching, the students, obviously. I just feel like I was around a lot of different talented people, which was something good to be around, helped me develop myself or be around people that had other interests and just explore different things. I think it was overall a lot of talent around. So that's something I think about.
Yeah. Okay. Talent and drama. All right. Who wants to go first this time?
I go.
All right, Mike. When I say life after high school, you say?
Growth.
Okay. Explain.
Growth. I think life at the high school, everyone has their different situations, but you at that age, you becoming an adult, so you have to either go on to get a job and go on to take care of yourself as you should, or you go on to further your education in college, or you go on to be married, you go on to be in the service, you go on to be a parent. I just feel like life at the high school is a huge growing experience.
Mm-hmm. All right. Excellent. Nar'Shae, when I say life after high school, you'd say?
Experiences, I would say, and challenges for me personally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So let's get into it a little bit. So Nar'Shae, when you left high school, what did you end up doing?
When I left high school, I was, even though just like everybody else graduating, I was applying to colleges, but honestly, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I knew that was something that it was a lot of pressure. Shay, you got to go to school, you got to go to school, you got to go to school. And that was pressed on me as if that was the only option that I had. And I guess that at that time, it made me rebel because it was something else I wanted, but I couldn't figure out what it was. So going through the process of trying different things, I started school, then I stopped, and I got a job, then I stopped, and then I ended up ultimately moving away from Michigan. And that's when my life really started happening, and I was actually in control of it.
Okay. Wow. So where did you move to?
I moved to Georgia, and my mother she's retired now, but she was active duty at the time. She had been since I was about 6 years old, and they were stationed in Georgia. So I moved there to get a fresh start and, maybe hopefully with a fresh pair of eyes, it would be something else out there that made sense. And one thing led to another, and the military ended up being my way to get out of the challenging environment or situation that I continued. It seemed like I kept continuing to find myself with these issues, and I figured I need to be on my own. And that's when everything changed.
Okay, so 2011 you graduated from high school, and then moved around to Florida, Georgia.
Yes.
Right. When did you start your military journey?
I started my military career in March of 2014. Okay. I went to Fort Jackson for basic training, and I did advanced individual training in Georgia as well. And then I went to Korea as my first duty station after that.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. So we'll come back to you a little bit and dig a little deeper. Okay. Well, let's talk to Mike. So right after high school, what's going on with Mike Nguyen?
So right after high school for me, it was kind of I wasn't sure what school I was going to. So I ended up going to community college for a semester to, get some general education and get some credits under my belt to make a decision on which college I wanted to go to. I ended up working at the time, which was good for me. and then I ended up going to Lakeland University, which is in the state of Wisconsin. So once I got there in the winter semester, which Wisconsin is cold. So that was something that had hit me hard once I got there, how cold it was. And from there, I just started being in school for the next 4 years.
Mm-hmm. And you were playing a sport when you went there?
Yeah. So originally, in high school, I played football and baseball. And like baseball is my favorite sport. It's a sport that my dad played. So it's a sport I grew up playing and being around a lot. So I wanted to go to college to play both. So once I realized that, decided I was going to Lakeland University, I originally was going to go there and play football and baseball. I was have a conversation with the football coach and a baseball coach. And once I got to school, like I realized like school for me always was, like Inkster High School was very fun for me. So I never wanted to miss a day. I never wanted to get expelled because I like being in school. But educational part was, not to say I struggled, but once I got to college, I realized how hard it is. And then once I got to focus on my major and stuff, how serious it was, I decided not to play two sports. So I only focused on football so I could seriously focus on my studies. So once I got to Wisconsin and the winter semester, it was spring ball. So I jumped right in to meet my new teammates, and we started practicing right away and rolled right into my classes and got it rolling.
Yeah. So you give up one of the sports to focus on your academics. Did you see a significant improvement in your academics as a result of that sacrifice?
Yeah, it was something I had to do. Well, I don't think I would, not to say I don't think I would have made it, but it's playing a college sport, being a college athlete is really, really hard. And to try to be a dual athlete, it had been really tough because the season is all combined and got different all season trainings and stuff like that. And then college is already a struggle for as you get on going through your classes and stuff. It's already a struggle. So it was needed for me.
So you ended up choosing football.
Yeah.
And is there a reason why you didn't take baseball over football, knowing that baseball is the sport that you really like the most?
So the reason I chose football, at I was heavily recruited to go to the school to play football. So I knew the interest for me to go there and play football was my main focus. Okay. And then just in general, the sports, I like football more in the aspect of the physical, how physical it is, and then how, like, I'm undersized. Like I'm every sport team I've been on, I've been the smallest player on every team I've been on since I was 5 or 6. So knowing that I'm the smallest and everyone's bigger than me or trying to take me out, that's something that I like. So playing football is like, I like that. So I was really looking forward to playing college football.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you played what position in football?
I played. I started 4 years. I played receiver and I played kick returner.
Okay. Wow. Okay. All right. So now I want to talk a little bit about what's going on with you now. All right. So if you want to share, your professional things that you're doing, feel free to do that. If you want to share, family life and what's going on with you with that, you can do that as well. So let's go, Nar'Shae. What's up with Nar'Shae right now?
Right now, I am enjoying the stay-at-home retired mom life. I'm pursuing a bachelor's degree in cybersecurity and information assurance, which is heavily linked to the job that I was doing in the service. I found out that there was a lot of different avenues I could take with that. And even though I couldn't get to that point in the Army, there were so many resources when I got out that would put me right where I wanted to be.
Okay. All right. So stay at home, but off in the college as well. So combination of both. Yeah. All right. Mike Nguyen, what's up with you?
So during my time at Lakeland University, the 4 year I was there, my team, we won 3 conference championships. Wow. So 4 years I was there, I was able to win 3 championships. And from there, I received the opportunity to play in 2 Senior Bowl games, which were one of them had all the NFL teams, all the CFL teams, and a bunch of arena teams. So I got my chance to showcase my talents to scouts. Mm-hmm. And then I also participated in the 2017 NFL Regional Combine, which was all the NFL scouts was there as well. So from there, after I did all the combines and stuff like that, I graduated from Lakeland University with a degree in sports management. So once I came home, I started applying for jobs, and I currently work for the city of Detroit. I'm a program coordinator. So with my degree in sports management, I do coordinate programs and a lot of youth programs and senior programs. So youth sports. I recently had two youth soccer teams, youth t-ball teams. Was looking to do youth flag football before COVID hit, and then in 2018 I moved to Germany. I signed my first professional football contract to play for the Munich Cowboys, which is in Germany. So I lived in Germany for 8 months, and that was something really different because, you know, me being from the city of Detroit, like me going to Inkster and being around different people that was from the surrounding cities was something cool for me. But then I also went to live in Wisconsin, which my school was like in a farm area. So I never lived out of state before. So that was something different. But to live in Germany it was like everything was, I don't want to say it was a culture shock because it was something I enjoyed, but it was really different. I learned a lot and I got a chance to be around a lot of cool people. And then from there, I came back home to continue working for the city of Detroit. And then I signed my second professional contract to play for the West Michigan Ironman. And that's here in Muskegon. So I'm currently playing for them now. And then in 2018, I started my own clothing brand. So that was something that I started in 2018. And entrepreneurship wasn't something that I was like looking to jump into, but it's something that I gained the opportunity to learn more and experience different aspects of life, which helped me grow as a person, but also allowed me to help others within my mission of my brand. And it's something that I enjoy doing because it's a whole another side of me from being in my professional field, me being an athlete, and then me being an entrepreneur. It's like, it's bringing me a whole. So
lets you diversify a little bit. Now, is that one of your brands that you have on right now as well?
Yeah, this is a hoodie I have on. Yeah, so Grind and Shine clothing brand mission is to lead and inspire others. We have athletic wear and streetwear, and our vision is to be known for encouraging people around the world. So that's something as far as for me to it's a motivational thing. For me personally, college was hard to just have the motivation to do things that we all want to do. It just takes a lot of focus and determination and to have goals and to attack them. It's something that I'm big on. So.
All right. We'll give you a chance to plug that brand a little bit later. But so you both have been overseas, right? Mike Nguyen just talked about Germany, and Nar'Shae, you said you went to Korea.
Yes, I lived in Korea for a year. That was my first duty station with the Army.
What was that like?
That was an amazing experience. Before I came to Inkster High, I was actually in Okinawa, Japan with my parents. And so when I came back to Inkster High, I was a little bit diversified. I've been to a bunch of different schools. I really enjoyed Inkster High. And once I joined and I found out that my first duty station was going to be overseas, I was excited to be over there in a different sort of an environment because I'm actually the soldier. I'm the adult in the situation. So everything was on me. I had a ton of different choices to make, and I was responsible for myself ultimately, which was something different, but I definitely enjoyed it.
All right. So let's do this question here. And I'm gonna ask Mike first. Knowing what you know now, if you can go back in time and speak to the Inkster High School Mike Nguyen, what is some advice you would give him?
I would give myself the advice of I don't want to say stay focused, but be more focused, be more goal driven, do more research, and just continue to just develop and grow. I think I could have took more time to study more and just find out who I was more. I had a lot of fun, so it's kind of like I could have did more of personal development.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting, man. We've asked this question from some of the other students as well, and it's interesting the differences in the responses. So you felt like you were having so much fun that you would tell your younger version of you to focus a little bit. And we've had students say that they would tell themselves to have a little more fun. So I just think that's kind of it's kind of crazy how it differs. All right, let's go, Nar'Shae. Knowing what you know now, if you can go back in time and speak to Inkster High School Nar'Shae, what advice would you give her?
I would tell her to relax, that it's not that serious. I allowed being in high school I allowed it to make me feel like I had to have everything figured out. And by being under the Thompson name, and I had a lot to live up to. There was a lot of expectations. It was always, oh, you Mr. Thompson's granddaughter, I'm watching you, or what are you doing with yourself? It was always, I had so much pressure, and I knew none of that was me. I knew I was different. My family were big into sports. Sports was never my thing. I didn't have a competitive nature. So I felt like I was like the black sheep of my family. And I had a lot of emotions, a lot of different emotions, trying to keep everybody happy and make everybody proud. So knowing what I know now and knowing that I'm okay, I wish I could have told myself, like, don't worry about it. You're going to do what you're meant to do, and whoever is meant to be there are going to hop on the bandwagon as well.
Yeah. Yeah. So I like to ask that question because, I'm hoping that there are some high school age kids that will see this and they can learn from you all. Take yourself maybe a little bit more serious if that's applicable, but relax on yourself if that's applicable as well, right? I think a big lesson for high school students is to know that this is not forever. It's okay to make mistakes, right? Those mistakes are not the end of the world. And everybody in the world is not focusing in on Mike Nguyen and Nar'Shae, right? He kind of feels that way as a high school student, right? Any mistake becomes like it's multiplied and magnified. All right, so let's talk about, I'm gonna ask this open-ended question. I'll start with Nar'Shae this time. The best thing about what you do right now?
The best thing about what I do right now is it's on my terms. I don't have to, as far as being in school, I've earned the right to go to school free of charge. Everything's covered, everything is paid for. That's not something anybody in my family, outside of maybe my mother and maybe some distant family members, that could say, I got to go to college or I got to go for free at that point. I don't have any type of student debt. And even though it happened a while after I graduated, I didn't go right into it and stick with it. I'm still on my way to getting my degree, and that's still something to be extremely proud of.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's really about your journey anyway. So who cares what other people think? But I would love to be in your position and not have any college debt. All right. Best thing about what you do right now, Mike?
I would say that the opportunity to leave a positive impact on people. As far as what I do for my career field, with program coordinations, I'm able to work with youth and also seniors. So just to be able to provide the space for them to come in and relieve themselves from the outside world or school or home, and just be able to put things together for people to better themselves, have fun, and to be inspired and motivated. Just the same as way for my business is something that I wake up excited to do, because I know it's people that reach out to me and they feeling good and they feeling better as far as because of the outreach I have to them, and also me playing football, being able to be showcase my talents and reach out to people, and people ask me questions or advice, and just being able to be impactful to others.
Yeah. So I'm sitting here looking at you both, and I think about Inkster High School. You played 2 sports in Inkster High School, and sports post high school has played a major role in what you're doing and your success. Right. And Nar'Shae, you were in the JROTC program.
Yes,
right. It took you a minute to come on home, but you ended up becoming an Army veteran. So would you say Inkster played an important role in your post high school development?
It definitely did. If I hadn't went to Inkster High, I wouldn't have gotten an opportunity to learn how much family history was in Inkster High, and that it wasn't until after I graduated that I realized how much I appreciated being able to go in the school that my great-great-grandfather graduated from, and my grandmother graduated from, my mother graduated from, my father. 90% of my family came through Inkster High at some point or another, or taught there. So I definitely feel like it was a blessing that I got to attend there and not anywhere else.
Yeah. I got another question for you now, but I want to ask Mike that previous question. So again, the question was, Mike, you played sports. Do you feel Inkster really prepared you for life after high school?
I would say, in different aspects, it definitely prepared me. The relationships I was able to build and things I was able to learn from others, something I cherish, and a lot of people I still talk to this day. So I gained a lot of opportunities from being there.
Yeah. Relationships are big, right?
Yeah, they are.
Man, developing good relationship with good people, that's probably more important than anything, right?
Yeah.
All right, Nar'Shae, here's my question.
Yes.
How do you feel about Inkster being gone?
That was extremely bittersweet for me. I believe I was I'm not sure where I was at the time. I don't quite remember the year Inkster High was taken down, but I know when I found out, I didn't want to believe it. I didn't think that I would ever, I felt at some point, but not in my young adult life, that I'd be like, oh, there's just a field where my school used to be. That's still hard to, even when I go visit home now, to go down Middle Belt and that school isn't there. The memories are there, but I won't get to walk that school again. We won't get to attend our class reunions in that school. Like, I was really looking forward to that, because high school was such a big part of my life as far as people I met and everything like that. So it does. It was a little hurtful to see that it's gone now.
It's really a travesty on so many levels. The year they closed it was 2013. And, so if you were a kid that was graduating the following year, you had to go to a different school. And then, like you said, they leveled the school and it's no longer there. And just the opportunity to come back, Mike's got this successful career after high school as an athlete, to be able to go back and talk to, current athletes, that's been robbed of him. Same thing for you to kind of see the people in JROTC and share your experiences. So, it's really, really a bit of a travesty, but that's my soapbox. All right, I'll get off of it. Now, the next question, and I got a couple of more questions. Next question I'll ask Mike first. Let's say about 5 or 10 years from now, what do you see yourself doing?
I see myself being a full-time business owner, being a father, husband, going to youth games, being heavy more. Well, I'm in the community now, but being still involved in the community, doing a lot of traveling, and just trying to constantly grow myself, also help others.
Yeah, and you're seeing the grind. There's a grind to shine.
Yes.
You know, I'm over 50 now, so I can't see the the full thing. All right, grind to shine. That's the business you want to see kind of take off in the next. Okay. All right. Excellent. Nar'Shae, 5 to 10 years from now, what's up with you?
In the next 5 or 10 years, I know I'm going to be done with school. I'm going to be going forward, getting the various certifications through IT, because that's where the money is. If you didn't know, the money is definitely in IT. And once I'm done with that, I'm okay with having a job in that field. But what I really would like to do is get back into writing. So hopefully that I can begin to inspire people in my writing.
Yeah. And, you know, we connected. You were one of the people I connected with when I got on social media, and you do a lot of writing, right? You have some stuff that's already, is it published or is it?
It's not published. I've been dragging my feet about it. Actually, my first completed piece was from Inkster High. I can't remember her name, but she had a creative writing class, and it was our senior year. And the end of the project, we had to have a finished piece that we were writing. And we worked on it the whole trimester. And I know I was probably one of the only students that went over and beyond what the requirements were. And when I typed everything up, I had about 150 typed pages. And I gave it to her, and she loved it so much that she took my only copy and said that she was going to give it to or allow the librarian to read it, and I never saw it again. So
wow, we got to get that back.
The first one is gone. I probably should have kept on to that so I could publish with that one first, but I am currently working on a 3-book series that I think I want to put out at the same time. So
okay.
That's kind of what's in the mix right now. But I'm nervous about self-publishing.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'll keep that conversation we had about that private.
Yeah.
But you know, I just believe in you. So believe in yourself. And you have a story to tell, and you'll inspire so many others with the things that you have to offer. So just trust in that. All right. Second to last question. All right. And this is to kind of get your mind around potential goal setting. It's an if question. If you had a wish that was granted that would take you exactly where you want to be, what would that wish be? All right. Let's go, Mike.
Are you saying forward or back? Or either
Say it
or?
again.
Is we wishing forwards or backwards?
Forwards, like, so you, wherever level you are now, whatever your next level is, you could flip a switch and you're there. What would that switch be?
All right. I'm going to try not to answer the question because where I'm at right now is something that I really, really feel like I worked hard to get. So I enjoy the process of where I'm at now. So
I got you.
Going forward, if I was to, I don't know. It'd be hard to answer.
Okay. So you're pretty happy where you are.
I'm really happy where I'm at in multiple phases in my life, and I'm looking to develop them. So if I was to go forward, I don't know.
Maybe continuing the journey as it is, or
I would like to continue where I'm at now on a higher pace, maybe.
Okay, that's a great answer. All right, if you could flip a switch, Nar'Shae, and you take yourself to the next level that you want to be at, what would that switch be?
I would like to be my own boss. IT, you can do, like I said before, you can do a lot of different things with it. You can work for a company, you could contract, and I think I would like the government contract for the military. That is something that I feel like I would enjoy doing. And at that time, I would like to be able to take care of the people who took care of me, my grandparents that I still have living, my dad. They're still in Inkster, and I want to not only give something back to Inkster so that my city can be proud of me, but I want to give back to my grandparents that took care of me. I feel like I owe it to them to take care of them now, or make sure that they're always okay, because they made sure I had everything I needed and most of what I wanted during the time I was with them.
All right. So I have one more very important question. But before I get to that, I want to give you all an opportunity if you want to share any social media for people to reach out to you. If you don't want to share it, that's perfectly fine. But if you have social media you want to share, Mike, in terms of your business, if you got information for that, you can drop that in. So let's go with you first, Mike.
So my clothing brand, you could check the site out, learn more about us, and check out our products at www.grindtoshineclothing.com. You can follow us on Instagram at grindtoshine_clothing, and also on Instagram at grindtoshine_athletics.
Okay. And then what about your personal social media you want to share that?
My personal Instagram is mike.gts, and I'm on Facebook at Mike Nguyen Jr.
Okay. All right. Nar'Shae?
My Instagram is _coily_goddess_, and I'm under Nar'Shae Clora on Facebook. I don't have anything in the works yet, but when I do start to put out my written pieces, I will be putting
back on the Dripping in Black podcast.
Yes.
To talk about it. All right. So let's get to it. Let's get to the most important question that we ask every guest. Are you all ready?
Yes.
All right. And you can just jump in when you have your response. Have you ever been on the cover of a magazine?
I haven't been on the cover of a magazine. I've been featured in a few newspapers though.
Featured in a newspaper, never a cover of a magazine.
Yeah.
All right. What about you, Nar'Shae?
No, I've never been on the cover of a magazine, but I have been acknowledged in for certain awards through the Army, and that's about it. I haven't done anything. I don't have any. That would be nice. No, I don't have a cover of a magazine. That would be different.
Well, so we're here to please. So one of the things that we do with the Dripping in Black podcast is each guest gets their own magazine cover.
Oh, wow.
All right. And so there you have it. All right.
Wow.
That's nice.
Right. That is
nice.
That is also a parting gift. We will
thank you so much.
Yeah,
that's dope.
Print that out and get that out to you. And that's our thanks to you for gracing us with your presence.
Of course.
So.
All right. So we want to thank you both for coming out to the Dripping in Black podcast, talking with us, catching up with us, sharing your story. And we look so much forward to what's going to happen with you both in the future. So just thank you again.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I forgot one more thing. If you have anybody you want to shout out, go ahead and do that. And we'll start with Nar'Shae first. If you got anybody you want to give a shout out to.
I want to shout out all of Inkster High's class of 2011. There's quite a few of us doing different things, but in the few that I do keep up with, I'm very proud of, and I'm looking forward to seeing everyone else's excellence, because I know everybody has it.
Yeah. All right. Let's go, Mike.
I should give a shout out to everybody. I know 2020, 2021 has been tough times for everybody around the world. So just best of well wishes to everybody, and continue to do what you're doing. Hopefully everything comes to the end. We all be back to the regular.
Yeah, hopefully soon. All right. Thanks again for you all for coming out. And like I said, we will keep in touch and keep up with you.
Okay, thank you.
You have just experienced a Dripping in Black production.